Chapter 1. Discovering the Circular Economy, a fascinating theoretical vision. The circular economy invites us to fundamentally rethink our way of conceiving and approaching the economy, offering us a fascinating theoretical vision that seeks to break with the linear model of production and consumption. Ellen MacArthur. The circular economy immerses us in an intriguing theoretical approach that redefines our conception and management of resources. Instead of following the traditional take, make and dispose model, the circular economy proposes a system in which products, materials, and resources are kept in use for as long as possible, thus generating a continuous cycle of value and minimizing waste. In the first part of this guide, we will dive into the key definitions of the circular economy, allowing us to explore the fundamentals of this transformative approach. Through a detailed analysis, we will gain an in-depth understanding of essential concepts such as resource regeneration, waste minimization, life cycle design, and collaboration between the different actors in the value chain. By discovering the theoretical underpinnings of the circular economy, we can fully appreciate its potential to drive sustainability, efficiency, and resilience in our economy and society. This fascinating theoretical insight urges us to rethink our role as consumers, producers, and citizens, challenging us to adopt new ways of thinking and acting in harmony with the limits and capacities of our planet. 1.1. Definitions exploring the foundations of the economy circular. Exploring the fundamentals of the circular economy helps us understand how we can transform our economy towards sustainability. Walter R. Stahel. The circular economy as the foundation of the Doughnut Economy shares a similar approach in its vision of the economy and human well-being. Both theories recognize the need to rethink traditional economic thinking and address the challenges of the 21st century, including climate collapse and social inequality. In Doughnut Economics, Kate Raworth proposes that instead of focusing on unlimited economic growth, we should aim to find a balance between the social base and the ecological ceiling. Raworth states, "We need an economy that works for humans in the 21st century, rather than an economy that works for 20th century equations." Raworth, 2017. Applying the concepts of the circular economy in reality is fundamental to building a more regenerative and equitable economy. Kate Raworth. Kate Raworth is a British economist world-renowned for her innovative and disruptive approach to economics. Her work focuses on rethinking and redesigning the current economic system to meet the social and environmental challenges of the 21st century. One of her most outstanding contributions is the creation of the concept of the Doughnut Economy. The Doughnut Economy, also known as the Doughnut Model, is an approach that seeks to balance basic human needs with planetary limit. Raworth proposes that the goal of the economy should not be infinite growth, but rather to meet the essential needs of all individuals within the ecological limits of the planet. Some curious and important facts about the Doughnut Economy and Kate Raworth's work are: the term Doughnut Economics was coined by Raworth in his book Doughnut Economics, 7 Ways to Think About Economics in the 21st Century, published in 2017. Since then, it has gained popularity and has been widely discussed in academia and politics. The Doughnut model is graphically represented as a donut with 2 concentric rings. The inner ring represents the lower limit of human needs, such as food, shelter, and education, which must be met for all. The outer ring represents planetary limits, such as climate change, biodiversity loss, and resource scarcity, which must not be exceeded. The Doughnut Economy challenges the traditional economic paradigm and proposes a holistic approach that incorporates social, environmental, and economic dimensions. It seeks to overcome the dichotomy between economic growth and sustainability, and to promote a balance between human well-being and the health of the planet. Railworth advocates economic policies that encourage the equitable redistribution of wealth, the sustainable use of natural resources, and the promotion of community resilience. His approach considers both local and global aspects, recognizing the interconnections between economies and shared global challenges. The economics of donuts has been adopted by governments, organizations, and communities around the world as a conceptual framework to guide decision-making and the design of more sustainable public policies focused on human well-being. Kate Raworth has challenged conventional economic paradigms and promoted an innovative and sustainability-focused approach. Her concept of the doughnut economy has had a significant impact on economic debates and has inspired many to rethink and redesign the economic system in search of a more equitable and sustainable future. This approach resembles the circular economy's central notion of keeping resources in long-use cycles and avoiding depletion and waste. Both theories recognize the importance of setting limits and respecting planetary boundaries. In the doughnut economy, the in-between space of the doughnut represents the place where humanity can thrive if environmental limits are met. This aligns with the circular economy approach of regenerating resources and maintaining the balance between human needs and ecological limits. Furthermore, it is worth noting that the UN Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, which are also visually represented in a circular fashion, are inspired by Raworth's theory and share similar objectives with the doughnut economy. This demonstrates how these theoretical approaches are influencing the way sustainability is addressed globally. As Raworth mentions, the SDG logo owes its circular form precisely to Raworth's theory, presented earlier in an article in 2012, Galash, 2018. This is why both the circular economy and the doughnut economy share important fundamentals, such as the consideration of planetary boundaries, resource regeneration, and the search for a balance between social and environmental well-being. These theories offer a challenging alternative vision for rethinking the way we do economics and working towards a more sustainable future. As Raworth states, we need an economy that is designed to distribute and regenerate, and to be inclusive and just. Raworth, 2017. These are the limits of the doughnut model proposed by Kate Raworth. Climate change preventing greenhouse gas emissions from exceeding a level that causes dangerous global warming. Biodiversity loss, maintaining species diversity and abundance to ensure healthy ecosystem functioning. Ocean acidification, preventing excessive ocean acidification that threatens marine systems and marine life. Land conversion, stopover conversion natural habitats into urban, agricultural, or industrial areas. Freshwater abstraction, use freshwater sustainably and avoid its depletion. Nitrogen and phosphorus loading, maintaining a balance in nutrient cycles to prevent pollution of rivers and oceans. Chemical pollution, avoid contamination of air, water, and soil by harmful chemicals. Air pollution, to reduce the emission of air pollutants that affect air quality and human health. Ozone depletion, protect and restore the ozone layer that protects the Earth from harmful ultraviolet rays. In addition, there are 12 essential social objectives that form the social basis of the doughnut model. Food security, ensuring sufficient access to nutritious and culturally appropriate food. Decent income, ensuring that all people have sufficient income to meet their basic needs. Water sanitation, provide access to clean drinking water and adequate sanitation for all. Health, promoting people's physical and mental health and well-being. Education, ensure inclusive and equitable quality education for all. Energy, promote access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy sources. Gender equality, achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Social equity, reducing social and economic inequalities within societies. Resilience, build the resilience of communities and their capacity to cope with challenges and crises. Political participation, promote citizen participation and inclusive decision-making. income and work ensure decent and gainful employment for all. Networks and access to housing provide adequate and safe housing and promote the creation of community networks. These boundaries and objectives are fundamental to achieving a balance between human well-being and ecological limits in Kate Raworth's Doughnut model. 1.2. History: a journey through the origin and evolution of the circular economy. The story of the circular economy is a testament to our ability to evolve and adapt in the face of environmental and social challenges. Gunter Pauli. In this chapter, we will explore the history of the circular economy from its early beginnings to its evolution and recognition as a key approach to addressing the environmental and economic challenges of our time. Along the way, we will discover how different cultures and movements have contributed to the development of the circular economy and how it has evolved over the years. The reasoning behind the circular economy teaches us that we must shift from a linear model to a circular one, where everything is put to good use and valued. William McDonough. The circular economy is a concept that seeks to break with the linear model of production and consumption in which natural resources are extracted, used to make products, and finally discarded as waste. In contrast, the circular economy proposes a more integrated and sustainable approach, where products, materials, and resources are kept in use for as long as possible through reuse, recycling, and regeneration. Historical origins: previous centuries. Throughout history, many communities have practiced forms of circular economy without being aware of it. These practices were based on an intuitive understanding of the importance of using resources responsibly and maximizing their value. Examples of reuse and recycling can be found in ancient Egypt, for example. The ancient Egyptians, due to the scarcity of certain resources such as wood, developed furniture-making techniques using recycled materials such as pieces of wood and bones. In addition, the recycling of precious metals such as gold was common in Egyptian jewelry making, where ancient objects were melted down to create new pieces. Around 3000 BC, we can identify an early practice related to the circular economy, the recycling industry of writing papyrus. In those times, papyrus was considered a luxury item, and its name derives from the expression pa per a, meaning Pharaoh's property. The Egyptians used the leaves of the papyrus plant, which grew abundantly on the banks of the Nile, to make this primitive paper. However, they also recycled worn or disused papyrus. Interestingly, examples of recycled papyrus have been found in the cardboard covers of some Egyptian mummies. Instead of discarding the papyrus discarded by the scribes, the Egyptians would grind it together with other plant fibers, such as flax, to create a base paste. This paste was then molded using a technique similar to papier-mâché, allowing the papyri to be reused in new ways and for new purposes. This example of papyrus recycling in ancient Egypt illustrates how even in ancient civilizations rudimentary forms of circular economy were practiced. The Egyptians made efficient use of available resources and gave new life to discarded materials, thus contributing to the minimization of waste and the maximization of available resources. Similar practices are evident in different cultures. In ancient Rome, for example, drainage and sewage systems were used to collect and reuse water. As the picture shows, they developed advanced drainage and sewage systems that allowed for the collection and reuse of water. The famous sewage systems, such as the Cloaca Maxima and Roman aqueducts, facilitated both the disposal of waste and the collection of rainwater for a variety of uses, including crop irrigation and the supply of public fountains and baths. These practices reflected the Roman understanding of the importance of conservation and reuse of water resources, adopting a circular approach to water management. The Middle Ages also witnessed circular practices. During this period, craft guilds promoted the repair and maintenance of goods, thus extending their useful life and reducing the need for new resources. In addition, Traditional agriculture was based on principles of crop rotation and recycling of nutrients, such as animal manure, to maintain soil fertility. In the industrial sphere, the Industrial Revolution marked a turning point in the way resources were used and waste was managed. Mass production and increasing demand for goods led to a linear approach, in which large quantities of resources were extracted, products were manufactured, and the waste generated was massively disposed of. However, this model soon revealed its limitations and negative consequences in terms of natural resource depletion, pollution, and environmental degradation. As environmental impacts became more evident, movements and philosophies promoting a more circular view of the economy emerged. In the 1960s, for example, the concept of cradle-to-cradle began to gain attention. Architect Walter Stahel and chemist Michael Braungart coined this term to describe an approach in which products are designed from the outset to be recyclable or biodegradable, thus avoiding waste and promoting resource regeneration. At the end of the 20th century, THERAWASA growing recognition of the need for more sustainable approaches in all areas of society. In 2012, the Ellen MacArthur Foundation published a report entitled Towards the Circular Economy, which provided a comprehensive overview of the principles and benefits of the circular economy and its potential to drive innovation and job creation. The emergence of the circular economy as a concept and approach in the 20th century. Throughout the 20th century, the concept of the circular economy began to take shape and gain recognition in various fields, such as ecology, economics, and resource management. Several events and trends contributed to its evolution and consolidation as a key approach to address environmental and economic challenges. One of the important milestones in the development of the circular economy was the publication of the book, The Limits to Growth in 1972 by the Club of Rome. This report, based on a study by a team of scientists at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, warned about the negative effects of unlimited economic growth in a world with finite resources. The report called for a shift towards a more sustainable and circular economic model where resources are used efficiently and environmental impacts are reduced. In the 1980s, the term circular economy started to become popular thanks to the contribution of researchers and resource management experts. The Swiss pioneer Walter R. Stahel was one of the main proponents of this concept. In his 1982 book, The Performance Economy, Stahel proposed a vision of the economy in which products and services are offered in the form of functional services instead of mere goods. Tangible. This implies that manufacturers take responsibility for the full life cycle of products, from design to recovery and recycling, thus encouraging reuse and efficient use of resources. Another significant event that helped drive the circular economy forward was the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development in 1992, known as the Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro. During this conference, the need to adopt a more sustainable approach to development was recognized, and Agenda 21, an action program promoting sustainable development globally, was established. The circular economy was positioned as a key strategy to achieve the sustainability goals set out in Agenda 21. In addition, in recent decades, growing concerns about climate change, resource scarcity, and massive waste generation have generated increased interest in the circular economy. Organizations, governments, and companies around the world have begun to adopt circular approaches in their operations, promoting reuse, recycling, repair, and regeneration of resources as an integral part of their business strategies. Throughout the 20th century, the circular economy emerged as an increasingly relevant approach to address economic and environmental challenges. From early reports and studies to practical implementation in various organizations, the concept of the circular economy has evolved and strengthened, paving the way towards a more sustainable and resource-conscious future. Recognition and current development, 21st century. In the 21st century, growing concerns about climate change, resource scarcity, and waste accumulation have led to increased recognition and development of the circular economy as a fundamental approach to addressing these challenges. In 2012, the Ellen MacArthur Foundation published a report entitled Towards the Circular Economy, which marked an important milestone in the dissemination and understanding of the concept. This report provided a comprehensive overview of the principles and benefits of the circular economy, highlighting its potential to drive innovation, resource efficiency, and job creation. Globally, governments, international organizations, and businesses have begun to adopt circular economy policies and practices as part of their sustainable development strategies. The European Union has led this movement by implementing a comprehensive circular economy strategy in 2015, which includes specific actions to improve waste management, promote reuse and recycling, and encourage eco-innovation. In addition, ambitious targets have been set, such as increasing the recycling of municipal waste and reducing landfilling of waste in landfills. The circular economy has also gained momentum in key sectors such as fashion, construction, and energy. In the fashion industry, for example, new forms of sustainable design and production are being explored, such as the adoption of recycled materials, the implementation of rental models, and the promotion of the second-hand economy. In the building sector, design practices that encourage the reuse of building materials, modular construction, and resource-efficient planning are being promoted. In the energy field, renewable solutions and smart management systems that optimize energy consumption and production are being promoted. In addition, digitalisation and emerging technologies play a crucial role in driving the circular economy. The Internet of Things, IoT, artificial intelligence, and data analytics are enabling the optimization of processes, the tracking of resources throughout their life cycle, and the creation of new circular business models. Indeed, the 21st century has seen a growing recognition of the importance of the circular economy in addressing environmental and economic challenges. Governments, organizations, and businesses are adopting circular policies and practices, and new forms of sustainable design and production are being explored in various sectors. Digitalisation is also driving the transition to a more circular economic model. As we move forward, it is essential to continue to promote the circular economy as a central approach to achieving sustainable development and preserving resources for future generations. Future prospects. The circular economy continues to evolve and faces challenges and opportunities in the future. As we move forward, it is important to continue to promote research, collaboration, and adoption of circular practices at all levels to further drive their implementation and maximize their benefit. Technology will play a crucial role in the transformation towards a circular economy. Advances such as artificial intelligence, additive manufacturing, also known as 3D printing, and data management have the potential to optimize processes and resource utilization. Artificial intelligence can help analyze large amounts of data and find patterns that enable more efficient resource management and the identification of circular economy opportunities. Additive manufacturing enables the creation of customized products and local production, reducing the need for transport and associated waste. Data management and traceability along supply chains can improve transparency and facilitate the reuse and recycling of materials. In addition, education and public awareness will play a key role in the transition to a circular economy. Raising awareness of environmental impacts and the importance of sustainability in individual and collective decision-making is essential. This involves encouraging a change in mindset that values durability, reuse, and recycling, as well as the adoption of new business models based on circularity. Education and outreach initiatives can play a key role in increasing people's understanding and participation in the circular economy. Collaboration between different actors will also be central to the future of the circular economy. Governments, businesses, non-governmental organizations, researchers and citizens must work together to overcome the challenges and seize the opportunities offered by this approach. There is a need to foster collaboration at national and international levels to share knowledge, best practices and resources, and to promote the creation of circular economy-friendly policies and regulations. The term circular economy holds promising prospects for the future. Technology will play a crucial role in optimizing processes and resource utilization, and education and public awareness are key to drive a change in mindset towards sustainability. Collaboration between different actors is essential to overcome the challenges and seize the opportunities of the circular economy. By working together, we can move towards a more sustainable economic model and preserve resources for future generations. 1.3. Reasoning, understanding the logic and approach behind the circular economy. In this section, we will explore the reasoning and approach behind the circular economy, understanding the underlying logic that drives this sustainable economic model. We will analyze the key principles of the circular economy, how they are integrated, and how they are applied in different sectors and contexts. In addition, we will examine the benefits and challenges associated with this approach and its relevance in the current context. Principles of the circular economy. The circular economy is based on a number of fundamental principles that guide its logic and approach. These principles focus on maximizing the value of resources, reducing waste, and minimizing environmental impact. As Professor Walter R. Stahel, one of the pioneers of circular economy theory, puts it, the circular economy seeks a fundamental change in the way we produce and consume. It is about closing material and energy cycles, reducing dependence on natural resources and fostering innovation to create a more sustainable and regenerative economic system. Stahel, 2016. Sustainable product and service design. This principle focuses on rethinking the way products and services are designed, considering their entire life cycle. It seeks to use renewable, recyclable, or biodegradable materials, avoid the use of toxic substances, and maximize the durability of products. In addition, design for disassembly and repair is encouraged, thus facilitating the reuse and recycling of components. Reuse. The principle of reuse promotes the extension of the useful life of products and components. It seeks to avoid premature disposal of objects and promotes their reuse in their original form or by transformation into other products. This helps to reduce the demand for new resources and minimizes the generation of waste. Repair. Repair involves correcting or restoring a damaged or worn product rather than discarding and replacing it. This principle seeks to encourage the repair of products to prolong their useful life and reduce waste generation. It also implies the availability of affordable and accessible spare parts and repair services. Remanufacturing. Remanufacturing involves the process of restoring a used product to its original or near original condition, so that it has performance and quality equivalent to new products. The product is disassembled, cleaned, repaired, and reconditioned, allowing it to be reintroduced into the market as a remanufactured product. This principle seeks to maximize the value of existing products and reduce the need to manufacture new products. Recycling. Recycling refers to the process of converting used materials into new products or materials. It involves collecting, sorting, and processing waste into secondary raw materials that can be used in the manufacture of new products. Recycling helps to close material cycles and reduces dependence on natural resources. Waste recovery. Waste recovery is based on transforming waste into useful resources. It may involve the production of energy from biomass, the recovery of valuable materials from waste, or the composting of organic matter to obtain fertilizers. This principle aims to prevent waste from ending up in landfills and to exploit its potential as a resource. Reverse logistics. Reverse logistics refers to the efficient handling of product and material flows from consumers to points of origin. It includes the collection, sorting, and reintegration of products and materials into the production and distribution cycles. This principle seeks to facilitate the recovery of used products, encourage their reuse and recycling, and minimize waste. Platform sharing. This principle is based on promoting access to products and services rather than ownership. The sharing of products and resources, such as vehicles, tools, or space, is encouraged through exchange or rental platforms. This reduces the need to own products individually and allows for a more efficient use of resources. Circular business models. Circular business models seek to shift the focus from selling products to delivering services and solutions. Leasing, renting, pay-per-use, or pay-for-performance products are promoted instead of purchasing them. This incentivizes manufacturers to design durable products and facilitates the recovery and reuse of materials at the end of their useful life. Renewable energy and energy efficiency. This principle seeks to promote the use of renewable energy sources and reduce dependence on fossil fuels. It encourages energy efficiency in all processes and seeks to maximize the use of clean and renewable energies, such as solar, wind, and hydro. These circular economy principles seek to transform the way we produce and consume, promoting sustainability, waste reduction, and resource efficiency. By adopting these principles, it seeks to create a regenerative and sustainable economic system where products and materials circulate in closed loops, thus minimizing environmental impact and generating long-term economic benefit. Successful implementation examples are tangible proof that the circular economy is possible and beneficial for all sectors. Genèse Photo Nick. In a world where resource depletion and waste accumulation seem to be the norm, it is refreshing to see how some multinational companies have taken an innovative approach and… Wait a minute, did we say refreshing? Sorry, we meant ironic. Yes, it is ironic that in the midst of a culture of rampant consumerism, there are companies that dare to challenge the status quo and adopt sustainable practices. These brave companies, as if it were a cosmic joke, strive to design sustainable products and services, promote reuse and repair, recycle and recover waste, and use renewable energy. In a world where logic often seems upside down, these companies remind us that irony and hope can go hand in hand. Here is an example of each principle. Design of product design and sustainable services. Interface Inc. is a carpet manufacturing company that has adopted sustainable design approach. They have developed the Mission Zero program, which is committed to eliminating any negative impact on the environment by 2020. They use recycled and recyclable materials in their products and have implemented design strategies to facilitate the recycling of their carpets at the end of their useful life. Reuse. Patagonia, a well-known outdoor clothing brand, has implemented the Worn Wear program that promotes the reuse of garments. They offer free repair services and encourage the sale of second-hand garments, thus extending the useful life of their products and promoting the reuse of their products, reducing the demand for new resources. Repair Fairphone is a company that manufactures ethical and sustainable mobile phones. One of the main aspects of their approach is the ease of repair of their products. They provide repair manuals and spare parts, allowing users to repair their phones instead of discarding them and buying a new one. Remanufacturing. Xerox, a printing technology company, has implemented a remanufacturing program for ink and toner cartridges. They collect the empty cartridges, disassemble, clean, repair, and refill them, allowing them to reintroduce them into the market as remanufactured cartridges. This reduces the need to manufacture new cartridges and minimizes waste. Recycling. The Coca-Cola Company has set a target to collect and recycle the equivalent of 100% of its packaging by 2030. They have implemented collection and recycling programs in several countries, promoting the recycling of their plastic bottles and thus contributing to the closing of the material cycle. Waste Recovery, Veolia, an environmental services company, has implemented waste recovery technologies to convert waste into useful resources. They use organic waste for biogas production and energy generation, as well as plastic waste for the production of alternative fuels. Reverse Logistics. IKEA has implemented a reverse logistics program where customers can return used furniture in exchange for a shopping voucher. Returned furniture is repaired and resold, thus prolonging their useful life and avoiding waste. Platform Sharing. Zipcar is an hourly car rental company. Its business model is based on platform sharing, allowing users to rent a car only when they need it, instead of owning their own. This reduces demand for cars and encourages more efficient use of resources. Circular business models. Philips Lighting offers lighting services as a product rather than selling bulbs individually. Customers pay for the amount of light they use rather than buying the bulbs themselves, which incentivizes Philips to design longer-lasting and more efficient products, as they are responsible for their maintenance. Renewable energy and energy efficiency. Google is committed to operating on 100% renewable energy. They have invested in wind and solar energy projects and have implemented technologies to improve energy efficiency in their data centers, such as energy optimization and water cooling. These examples demonstrate how a number of leading global companies have adopted circular economy principles in their operations, showing the potential of this approach to promote sustainability and generate both economic and environmental benefits. 1.4. Practical exercises for NGOs working with adults, applying the concepts in practice. In this chapter, we will focus on providing ideas and practical exercises for NGOs, non-governmental organizations, working with adults. These exercises will be designed to apply the concepts and principles presented throughout the book to the reality of organizations and programs that focus on working with adults in various areas, such as education, health, job training, among others. Design awareness-raising workshops. A practical way to apply the concepts in reality is to design awareness-raising workshops on topics relevant to the adults targeted by the NGO. For example, if the organization works with adults at risk of social exclusion, workshops could be held on the circular economy and its impact on sustainability and employment generation. These workshops can include interactive activities, debates, and case studies to foster understanding and engagement of participants. Implement sustainable skills training programs. Another practical idea is to develop sustainable skills training programs that give adults the tools they need to adopt more sustainable practices in their daily lives. For example, courses could be offered on organic farming, recycling and composting techniques, energy efficiency, or responsible water use. These programs enable participants to acquire practical knowledge and skills applicable in their personal and professional environment. Conduct sustainable community projects. Sustainable community projects are an excellent way to apply the concepts in reality and generate a tangible impact on the community. NGOs can involve adults in local projects that promote the circular economy and sustainability. For example, you could set up a community gardening program to grow organic food in urban spaces, establish a goods exchange system, or implement a recycling program in collaboration with local authorities. Organize awareness-raising campaigns. Awareness-raising campaigns are a powerful tool to promote behavioral change and spread circular economy concepts among adults. NGOs can organize campaigns in collaboration with other organizations, educational institutions, or local businesses. These campaigns can include public events, conferences, exhibitions, or educational activities, highlighting the importance of the circular economy and providing practical guidelines for adopting more sustainable behaviors. Establish strategic partnerships. Finally, it is essential to establish strategic partnerships with other organizations, companies, and relevant actors in the field of circular economy and sustainability. NGOs can collaborate with educational institutions, socially responsible companies, government agencies, and other NGOs to develop joint projects. share resources and knowledge, and amplify the impact of their initiatives. Design awareness raising workshops, activity, product lifecycle. Objective: to promote participants' understanding of the concept of circular economy and its application in everyday life. Description: divide participants into groups and provide them with different commonly used products, e.g., a plastic bottle, a cotton t-shirt, a mobile phone, etc. Each group should research and present the life cycle of their product, highlighting the production, use, and disposal aspects. This will be followed by a discussion in which participants will analyze how the product's life cycle could be improved and promote more sustainable practices. Check out the full activity sheet in the interactive book. Implement training programs on sustainable skills. Activity: home composting workshop. Objective: to train participants in the practice of composting and encourage its adoption in their homes. Description: organize a practical composting workshop in which participants learn the basic principles of composting and how to implement it in their own homes. They will be provided with information on what materials are suitable for composting, how to build a home composter, and how to maintain and use the compost produced. During the workshop, participants will be able to interact directly with the materials and practice the composting technique. Check out the full activity sheet in the interactive book. Implementing sustainable community projects. Activity: community urban gardens. Objective: to establish an urban community garden and promote organic food production and collaboration among adults in the community. Description: organize the creation of an urban community garden in an available space within the community. Participants will work together on preparing the soil, planting and caring for the plants. Teams can be formed to be responsible for different tasks, such as watering, pruning, and harvesting. In addition, training sessions on organic farming techniques can be organized, and the participation of local experts can be promoted. The garden will become a learning and collaborative space for adults in the community. Check out the full activity sheet in the interactive book. Organize awareness-raising campaigns. Activity: Circular Economy Week. Objective: to raise community awareness on the principles of the circular economy and to promoting sustainable actions. Description: organize a week of activities related to circular economy and sustainability. This can include talks and conferences with experts on the topic, exhibitions of circular economy projects, practical workshops on recycling and reuse, and fun activities such as sustainable ideas, competitions, or waste reduction challenges. Throughout the week, information on the circular economy should be disseminated through posters, leaflets, and social media, and the community should be encouraged to actively participate in the activities. Check out the full activity sheet in the interactive book. Establish strategic alliances. Activity: collaborative forum for the circular economy. Objective: to foster collaboration between different actors to promote circular economy projects and actions. Description: organize a collaborative forum involving representatives of NGOs, companies, educational institutions, and governmental entities interested in the circular economy. During the forum, sessions will be held to present successful projects and experiences. Working tables will be facilitated to generate ideas, and strategic alliances will be established between participants. The aim is to promote cooperation and the exchange of resources and knowledge. Check out the full activity sheet in the interactive book.